first thing that a priest does is they place an alb on themselves. And an alb is a flowing garment coming back from times of Jesus. Again, you have to always remember that back in those times, there were no such things as buttons and zippers. So all garments were pretty much just flowing like this because they didn't have the convenience that we have today of buttons and zippers. So you usually had just one solid piece of garment like this. So this would be called an alb. In the times of the Romans would wear, especially politicians, they would wear certain garments that would identify their position within the government or within the society at the time. And a stole, by color and decoration, was one of those things that identified the person in their position. So that carried on into the church, where a priest wears a stole in this fashion. A deacon wears a stole that comes across. So he's got the Miss America kind of look there. But again, that's a deacon stole. So this goes back to antiquity in the sense of defining the position of the priest. So the priest wears a stole in this fashion. A bishop would also wear a stole in this fashion too. And then the last garment that's placed on is called the chasuble. Again, this goes back to antiquity also, in the sense of garments being very flowing and large, and would be a protection. In some respects could almost be like a cope, but that's a little cope is made for outside. This is made for inside. So again, this was by color and definition would be something that a person would wear, and been carried on to the church, and to today we are the only, in many ways, that kind of wear these. But now if you go into different parts of the world in culture, for instance in very warm areas, you'll find people wearing very flowing garments, because what? It's just a lot cooler. So they would wear those kind of garments. So alb, stole, chasuble, the three items that are used for a priest when he would be leading Mass, leading worship for God's people.
So Father Mike, why do you, with your vestments, wear a cape? Or when we do benediction or adoration or Easter Vigil?
Yes, so the cape, or it's called a cope, is what that is it would be an outside garment. Again, as I said, without buttons and zippers, you were limited in the sense of what your garments could be like in order to wear them to protect your body. So what you did is you draped it over yourself, and you just closed it with your arms, and that's how you stayed warm. And so that goes back as a form of a garment that was used by people of antiquity, and today we would use that in formal situations of prayer, benediction, or even sometimes when we go outside, like the blessing of the Easter fire, you could wear a cope, and that would be what the liturgical garment would be.